was yesterday's friendly match even a friendly match? In fact, was it a boxing match? Because under the eyes of Paulo Dybala, who was sitting on the stands yesterday, the two teams pulled out Logan Paul against the KSI type vibes. That was not a football match. There were fights after fights. Every single time Sporting Lisbon player fouled a Roma player, they were going... That was not a football match. You know, we lost 3-2, and there are a lot of negative things to talk about. But I would like to start this video by saying a positive thing. We did lose 3-2, but yesterday's intensity was the positive fact of yesterday's friendly match. To start a friendly match, almost 1 month after, not even 1 month after that the team got back playing together with new entries and all of that, the intensity of yesterday's friendly match was great. It was great, and the mentality, the spirit, which obviously we're used to with Mourinho, that's Mourinho's spirit, that's Mourinho's mentality. We've seen that last year in the same friendly match against Real Betis, which, if I'm not wrong, in the 3-2 for them, it was a very similar match. But we're used to this, and we're getting this back. You know, we did lose, but the intensity was great. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, well, you know, Simon, I'm worried. There are a lot of errors which the team makes every time, and it's always the same errors, and you're totally spot on. It's now 3 years that we've been making the same mistakes, and these same mistakes are based on a philosophy which is a very delicate philosophy of football, and I think this philosophy is good in this team, but it needs to be improved. And this philosophy is starting your actions, your triangulations from the goalkeeper, because as you've seen yesterday, Zvilo or Rui Patricio passed the ball many times to the defenders, who then wanted to start the action. We never see a long pass from the goalkeeper which starts an action, and obviously sometimes it goes well, sometimes it goes bad. Look at the third goal they scored when we were obviously under one player because Zaniolo got a red card. Cristante lost the ball in front of the box because they wanted to start the triangulation and the actions by the bottom of the field and deep down close to the goalkeeper. That's something which is good. It works well, but you need to be, you need to be careful, especially when you're one man down, and especially against the team who yesterday was pressing really high and looked like they were Satan's best friend because they wanted to kill you. So, I'm not worried. Because yes, a lot of mistakes need to be improving, and we've got a lot of time to do so. New players need to come in. After this Dybala wonderful hit, Thiago Pinto is overhyped. Hopefully, this friendly match just made us realize that we need a good centre mid to replace Cristante sometimes, and we need a better defender, because we're going to talk about Ibanez in a second. And we've been linked with high quality players again. This is the new philosophy, the new transfer philosophy of Thiago Pinto and the Fredkins. So hopefully, after Dybala, who by the way will start, his debut will be on Saturday against Nice in the last day of this Portugal tour. Hopefully the next two transfers, which hopefully will be a defender and a centre mid, are gonna be, I'm not saying at the same standards of Dybala, but close to that, because we need that. We've seen that throughout yesterday's match. Now, one thing which I would say is that, you see, normally in match reactions, I'm not this happy. I'm not happy. Obviously, I would have been way more happier if we won and we played well. But I know that this team is better than that. And I know that Cristante is better than that. Ibanez maybe has some question marks, and we've been saying this for quite a long while. But I know that this team is better than that. And I'm not just saying that, I've seen that. If we played Sporting Lisbon in a Conference League final the 25th of May 2022, we would have won. This is a friendly match. The team has gotten back together since 2 weeks now. So obviously it's completely normal that there are mistakes, but it's important for Mourinho and his assistants now that these mistakes now, continuing in this Portugal tour, in the next friendly matches coming up toward the start of the season, need to be improved. But it's completely normal that we're making these mistakes. Yes, it's the same mistakes every time, but I know that this team is better than that, and they've showed me that they are better than this. So Sporting Lisbon, obviously you can tell that they are a Champions League squad who played in the Champions League this season, beat the likes of Borussia Dortmund. Do you know that their team grew one of the best footballers in the world under the names of Cristiano Ronaldo? You know that they know what football means. They know how they play. My only big thing yesterday was that they were too aggressive. God damn, it's a friendly match, my friend. And yeah, so they were a good team. They had some very good talents. A lot of them were Portuguese. And yeah, now I want to focus on Cristante. Because Cristante is, yes, very slow. But again, at the same time, I think Cristante is a vital point of this team when he plays well. Us lifting the Conference League would not have happened if Cristante didn't play some matches in the way he played them. And I'm speaking about the Boroglia match at home and even the Conference League final. He's inconsistent. Inconsistent is the word to describe Cristante. And this is why, under Mourinho's ideology, Thiago Pinto needs to put a high-quality midfielder next to him and potentially next to Matic, and Cristante gets put on the bench to get the experience, because he lacks experience and he falls under too much pressure when teams start attacking him and pressing him. And that's why that's the perfect description of their third goal yesterday. Cristante losing a vital ball, a very easy ball. And yeah, Ibanez is the biggest question mark of this match because he's very young, and obviously just to throw another excuse at him, he did get a concussion in the first friendly match, so it could have potentially be argued that he was, but these are very strong excuses. He needs to be better. That is the reality. I've always said this about Ibanez and I'll say it again because it's the same exact thing. When players press him and when we're playing against high pressing teams, he falls under too much pressure. That is his problem. His problem is exactly that. Because yesterday they were attacking a lot, they were pressing a lot, and what does Ibanez do? He either messes it up because he's like, oh my god, I don't know what I'll do, or he either kicks it long and then we don't play because he just kicks it long, which is obviously better than losing balls in that part of the field, but still, he needs to improve. If we can get a solid defender, which as we were speaking about Lorenzo yesterday, it will probably happen in August, and we will buy a solid defender, he is definitely going to start over Ibanez, and Mourinho knows this. But I think Ibanez, unless we get a 30 million offer for Ibanez, which I would then 100% sell, I think Ibanez could learn a lot from these players. Not just from the new defender who will come, but also from Matic. So, you see, it's a bad friendly match, but it's a good friendly match because the intensity was great. And to play in such a way after your holidays, which ended 2 weeks ago, after 2 weeks ago that you're back playing, especially against a team who is a Champions League team, it's definitely a good thing. Obviously, errors, mistakes need to be improving. Now, let's think about the goals. The penalty, in my opinion, in this area, that was a classic penalty which 50% of referees would have given and 50% of referees would not have given. I think it was a doubt penalty. It had a big question mark on, but again, this is a friendly match. I don't care about this. I obviously wanted Roma to win, but I'm not gonna end my life now that we lost this friendly match. So their penalty was a doubtful penalty. Our second goal was a great goal. That is the biggest highlight of yesterday's friendly match. Obviously, except Dybala sitting on the stands. But Tammy to Pellegrini, wonderful goal. And that just puts to mind, if we can keep that doing with Dybala and Zaniolo together, that's a threat in the attack. And our attack is complete. And now the attention which Thiago Pinto needs to shift on is the defensive section and the midfielder section. But our second goal was amazing. Congratulations to Tammy, who isn't scoring, but who provided a really good assist. Obviously, our first goal was an own goal, which, by the way, was same exact as their second goal, which, by the way, was scored by the same player. That guy scored an own goal and a goal, which were identical. Karma comes back. And then Zaniolo got subbed off. I'm gonna just end this video speaking about Zaniolo, because our third goal definitely led and, happened because we were under one man. Zaniolo, way too And this kind of links with Mancini as well, way too aggressive. It's a friendly match. I know that the level and the intensity was high, but especially in those moments, it's good to maintain calm, be calm. They're a bastard team. You don't need to counterattack. Yes, you need to counterattack if it's a Conference League final, or Champions League final, or Europa League final, or Serie A decider, but not in a friendly match. And, you know, Mourinho kind of wasn't mad at him because obviously he got, when he was getting off the pitch because he got the red card, he gave a big high five to Mourinho and all of that. So, you know, you can definitely tell that he's premature mentally, but still, I think Zaniolo needs to stay 100%. And, you know, the fact that he didn't score in this friendly match doesn't mean absolutely anything because he scored in both the first two friendly matches, got both times subbed in and scored, and responded well to the journalist criticisms that he was having. So at the end of the day, we lost. Now we have three more friendly matches. We've got Nice on Saturday, Tottenham the 30th, and Shakhtar Donetsk back at the Olympico in front of 40,000 fans. And the day before that, which is the 6th of August, will be Dybala's official presentation. We've got a big calendar coming ahead of us, and I can't wait. You know, in these next couple of days, weeks, Thiago Pinto will hopefully complete the team by buying a good centre mid, a good defender, maybe some support to Tammy. And after that, I think if we get solid players from this transfer, I think Thiago Pinto deserves a massive shout out, and the Fredkins do as well. Now, obviously, in the next friendly match, and today, I filmed, a new video is going on today about Dybala's being officialized, which was gonna be yesterday. Everyone said it was gonna be yesterday. So the video which is going out today is basically something I filmed yesterday. So yeah, just bear that in mind. Also, in these next couple of days, you will see a mixture of live streams and videos for these next 2 weeks. In fact, 3 weeks. And then after that, you know, Serie A is getting closer. And yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we should be proud. We lost 3-2. Lot of things to improve. Dybala will definitely help this team as well as new additions. But give Mourinho the time. You know, these lads got back together 2 weeks ago. Let's not forget that Napoli drew against the second Italy division side, 2-2. Inter drew 2-2 against Monaco. So it's a thing which happens. And this match, realistically speaking, would have ended 2-2 if Zaniolo was not going to get a red card. So it's completely normal. But these mistakes need to be improving. So I'm not worried at all. I'm actually very faithful this season. I think if you compare us and our biggest opponents right now, which are Napoli, we are miles better than them. So shout out to Thiago Pinto for improving the squad depth and everything. But it's not over. Until the transfer market ends, Thiago Pinto, you need to do what you're there to do. And yeah, so if you haven't already, make sure to smash the subscribe button. Don't forget to smash the like button in this video as well. Let's try to get 5,000 subscribers as fast as possible. And also comment in the comments your match reaction, you know, your impressions of this match. And just don't stick on the negative side, because I have a feeling most of you will. Stick on the positive side as well. Let's keep positive. It's a wonderful time to be Roma fans. Now that one of the best midfielders in the world got signed in our team. So, you know, let's keep the faith up. And on Saturday now, we will be playing against Nice. So, looking forward to that match. Simon...